everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. Here's a look at a few stories making news today.
We have full-time staff dedicated to doing nothing but being here.
Every structure is built to serve a purpose, and since 1976, Plymouth's Fire Station 2 did its job. But like with most buildings,
It's really at the end of its useful life.
there comes a time when changes need to be made to adapt to modern times.
The stations were not built with any design features to basically have them occupied 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
For example, Plymouth's Deputy Fire Chief Dave DREELAN says the station doesn't have a proper decontamination room.
This small little space right here is the only space that we have to properly decontaminate anybody. You can see the emergency shower in there, the eye wash kit, right along next to everything we use to clean the trucks.
The department also had to convert its training room into a dorm room to accommodate firefighters on the overnight shift.
One of our firefighters sleeps in this space, and as you can tell, it's not ideal.
Which is why the city is in the process of developing plans to completely replace Fire Station 2 and demolish the existing structure.
And that's the one office.
Deputy Chief DREELAN is one of the people overseeing that process.
It's exciting, but it's also quite frankly, it's a little scary, because if we don't do it right, we won't be known as the folks that built Station 2 that's perfect. We'll be known as the folks that didn't get it right.
The plan is to design a station that would still have relevance for the next several decades and have everything from technology upgrades, an area for training, kitchen upgrades, and a dedicated space for firefighters to put on their gear.
We have to continue to go through this design process where we literally have to account and plan for every conceivable thing.
In addition to a complete replacement of Fire Station 2, the city would also remodel Fire Station 3 and add an additional 6,000 square feet of space to accommodate the 24/7 staffing model. They hope to begin construction in the spring of 2021. Reporting in Plymouth, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
Hello everyone, I'm Pafua Yang. The K9 that works for New Hope Police is rocking a new gear that's meant to protect him from bullets and knives. And I have Captain Scott SLAWSON here with me. Can you tell us more about this protective vest?
Well, this is a vest that's engineered for both bullets and knife protection. Just last year, one of the vests supplied by this donor did protect one of our canines from a knife attack. And so they're very valuable. They're a significant expense, so this donation is highly appreciated. It comes from vested interest in canines, and they've donated our last few vests for our canines.
Can you tell us more about the K9 here?
So we have two canines, Canine Cody and Canine Dex. Canine Dex just received the new vest from vested interest in canines. It's about it would be about $2,000 if we had to purchase that ourselves. So we're very appreciative of it.
Do you have to apply somewhere?
It is a grant through the donor company, Vested Interest in Canines, and we do apply for the granted vest, and they evaluate and grant them based on their criteria.
What kind of abilities do canines have that human officers don't?
Canines are able to smell and track, find missing people, track for articles and evidence along a certain path. They very much expedite the police work. If we need to search a building, search a house, they're able to do that very quickly. They're also good for the apprehension. They can run a little faster than we can. So they're very valuable, and they just make us all around more efficient.
And like Captain SLAWSON said, each vest costs anywhere between $1,700 to $2,300, so definitely not cheap. And we'll have more information on the nonprofit that donated that vest to Dex on our website, ccxmedia.org. Reporting in New Hope, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
Dozens of businesses in the Twin Cities, including right here in Maple Grove, have closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, a local resident has come up with a fun and unique way to support small businesses and restaurants. At least 2 restaurants have closed since the pandemic began. Patrick's Bakery and Cafe Donuts both closed their Maple Grove locations, but city officials say they're optimistic business will rebound.
For restaurants themselves, it's going to take probably a couple of months for it all to shake out. But we've been kind of pleasantly surprised with the limited number to this point.
Local shops and restaurants are getting community support from a grassroots effort.
Along the way, I was like, how can I help? How can I help?
Resident Sherry McGuire came up with the idea to bring people through the door. Recently, she started Eat Local Bingo Maple Grove. McGuire has lived in the city for 18 years and didn't want to see the establishments close.
I have so many friends even that have small businesses, and I know they're just drowning right now.
Here's how the bingo game works. You make purchases from businesses listed on the bingo card. 20 companies are participating. Places like Rock Elm Tavern, Cold Stone Creamery, Daily Dose Cafe, and Great Harvest Bread Company. You get a bingo when you mark a row, column, or diagonal on the card.
Go online to get it, or else they can go to one of these restaurants and get the bingo card. And then when they go there, they need to make at least a $10 purchase.
For each bingo, customers will get 1 entry for $200 worth of gift cards at local shops. The winner will be announced on July 29th.
If you win, then you would need to prove that you actually made those purchases.
Local officials say the bingo card game is a win-win for customers and businesses struggling to get back on their feet.
All these businesses are fighting for themselves, so it's great to see the community kind of show that they have their back.
The bingo card is free, and you don't have to live in Maple Grove to play. In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
Off-season training has started for high school athletes in several sports, including football. We recently visited a workout at Wayzata High School. The workouts aren't quite the same this summer, but for Wayzata football players and coaches, it's still good to be back out on the field.
It's just great to see everyone and be around the guys, still get some work in. The workouts that the coaches have came up with have been great, even though they're a little bit different right now, obviously. We got to be smart and be mindful of everything going on. But it's just great to get out here and see everyone.
But right now, I think it's about getting back in shape, getting our kids together, so they can see each other, remember that we're all a football team and we're here and we're ready to work. And then we're just going to try to keep building and progressing and make sure our kids stay safe.
The team is following state guidelines as far as the number of players to a group, safe social distancing, and the cleaning of equipment between uses. Normally, the Trojans would spend a good share of their summer training in the weight room. Now everything is outside.
We've been doing a lot of banded workouts and weighted ball stuff. So it's just been like a lot of high rep, and it actually has been pretty intense workouts. We've been working really hard. I think we're going to be really prepared for the season.
We've been using bands and med balls to get all our workouts in. So we've had a full week of lifting, but everything's been outdoors. Everything's been socially distanced.
Some of the players also worked out on their own before these team practices started up on June 15.
The vast majority of our guys have been working really hard by themselves and finding ways to get it done, whether that means, running up hills or going to their buddy's house, once everything got cleared, and lifting, or, we got this great resource, this turf field's like 5 minutes from my house, and a lot of other guys too.
Head coach Lambert Brown doesn't have any inside information on whether or not there will be a high school football season this fall, but he sure hopes the Trojans can take the field and try to defend their state Class 6A championship.
I'm hoping we do. I have no idea. I have had to learn how to. There's so much out of my control. I've had to learn to let go of a couple things and just kind of, make sure I'm doing my best for kids, and that's kind of what we're focused on right now.
The 3 metro area baseball training locations of Pitch to Pitch are back open again. Jason Malillo has more.
In early March, business was humming at Baseball Training Center Pitch to Pitch.
Busiest time of year to just ghost town. Literally just stop.
Pitch to Pitch's 3 metro locations closed on March 16th due to the pandemic and stayed dark for nearly 3 months. Coaches provided virtual workouts for a lot of the kids, and that kept some revenue coming in, but the financial hit of being shuttered was significant.
The biggest stress was the relief funds, the PPPs, the EIDL funds. I think I applied, felt like I was in high school again. I applied for every loan and grant and thing I could do, just stay afloat. I think a lot of people dealt with that.
Government relief funds did come through for Pitch to Pitch, and all 3 locations are open again.
You know, it feels great to finally actually be able to get out there and not even have to play on the field as much, just out here actually working and putting stuff in, seeing the teammates, seeing the coaches, you know, getting that environment back, because that's something that you really miss when you're stuck inside of a house for days on end.
It's nice to see young ball players on the grind again. Many of the high school kids started training here as preteens and also play for the Millers, a traveling team sponsored by Pitch to Pitch.
It's very fun. We all get along really well, and we all keep like a very positive attitude towards each other. We always use constructive criticism around here to help us improve. So let's say you're doing like some sort of workout wrong, it would just always be another person there to remind you to do this workout right, or just to correct whatever you're doing wrong.
Pitch to Pitch CEO CJ Woodrow certainly had some sleepless nights this spring, but the lights are back on now, and he's hopeful about the future.
If we take care of our customers, I think we're going to be just fine, and that loyalty and that respect and that connection with our client base is what's going to help us get through. But that's the thing that gets us, is that when kids are in here and they're working, that's what gets us going. And we're going to find a way. We found a way, and we're going to keep finding a way until the light at the end of the tunnel finally gets to us.
For more sports stories from the Northwest Suburbs, please visit our website at ccxmedia.org.